Guys, did you know that intro doesn't stand for introduction?
What does it stand for?
Will, go ahead. You got the first. What does the I stand for?
The I stands for definitely international.
Oh, I thought it stood for entertainment.
I'm not familiar with the word entertainment, but sure, I'll entertain the idea.
No, it's
Go ahead.
entertainment that starts from the inside out. It's
Okay.
different than
Okay,
entertainment.
what's the end? What's the
Entertainment enters you. Entertainment starts from the inside. You push it out.
Right.
And that's what we're doing. We have all the content inside of us we're about to share with the audience.
What's the other letters?
Oh, I don't have that.
Welcome to SmartLess.
SmartLess.
So, Sean, it's great to hear you and see you today.
You too,
we
Jay.
are on time.
We are on
Sweet,
time
sweet
as
Willie
usual.
Arnett is now 2 minutes late. He was 1 minute late, and I just stopped you from texting him.
And you stopped me.
You
'cause
can't
think
text
that's rude.
until a guy's 5 minutes late. There he is.
All
He
right.
made it. He made it to 2 minutes. It's
All right.
like that's totally acceptable, right? He just has to apologize to your guest, and we'll be fine. You know.
What's not late enough? I mean, I'm sorry. What's not early enough?
What's not early enough?
What I mean is, like, what's the appropriate time to text somebody if they're late?
5 minutes is a 5 minute grace period.
Okay.
You know, before you get, because otherwise it's a little kind of old manish,
All right.
right?
Have you met me?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Will.
I will.
Did I miss? I mean, I'm not late.
Guys, do I have a story for you that just happened to me about half an
Sean,
hour
I
ago?
hate when you're prepared.
No, I'm not. This is literally happened to me a half hour ago. This is unbelievable.
Well, we'll
Well,
see.
let us decide.
Yeah.
So, you know how I'm on the East Coast?
I do.
Scotty and I haven't vacation in a long time. We
Mhm.
planned this whole thing, blah, 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 blah. Here in New York, going to go visit Will on Tuesday. Going to go to Virginia to see Scotty's hometown. And then we're going to go, and then I plan to go to NASA in Florida. You all know this, right?
Yeah.
So I've been DMing with Jessica Meir, our
It
friend
always
and
sounds
guest.
dirty when I hear somebody say that.
DMing.
Yeah.
So our friend Jessica Meir, who's been on the show, the astronaut, we've been messaging, I'll just say, I won't say DMing.
Thank you.
And back and forth, like a ton organizing this. Like she's like, okay, I'm going to meet you guys here. We're going to take
And all of a
you
sudden,
here.
she was like, "Who's this?"
Yeah. So not like twice, like maybe like 50 times we've been messaging, like trying to figure out the logistics of all of this tour we're going to get. And by the way, a dream of mine forever. About a half hour ago, my assistant goes, he was helping me book the hotel.
Hashtag relatable.
And I said, he goes, I just talked to a person at NASA. They said the hotel that we booked for you is nowhere near the facility.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, well, how far away is it? And he goes, Texas.
Oh, so your
This
assistant thought you were
entire
going.
time.
She thinks you're coming to Houston.
Yeah, Houston. This entire time, I, the idiot, was like, didn't even bother asking her, like, where am I going? I booked the flight, like, everything's booked in Florida. Why did I think NASA was in Florida? And she just assumed.
But Sean, how did you just go like, tell the guy we want to go to Cape Canaveral?
Yeah, I thought that.
You didn't go like, hey, before you booked it, go, sir, we're locked. What's the closest airport? Where should I fly into?
I know. I don't know what happened.
So wait, what is the name of the facility that's in Texas?
The Kennedy Space Center. Oh, I'm sorry. In
No.
Texas? That's in Florida. In Texas, I don't know. It's the NASA whatever.
Is that Cape Canaveral in
No,
Texas?
Cape Canaveral is in Florida.
Boy, this is dumb. SmartLess. We are smart.
This is
Okay.
why we're not rocket scientists,
You
guys.
can't even. This is why we're not rocket science. Is the quote that we're putting on your gravestone.
So does Jessie Meir, does she end up, is she going to accommodate your dumbness by meeting you in Florida?
No, she's not going to go to Florida. I'm going to Dallas.
No, truly?
I mean, for Houston. I'm going to Houston. Good God.
Now, were you able to rejigger your whole thing so that you could go
Yeah,
there?
I'm working on it.
Wait, so sorry. So you were all set to get a tour of the Florida space area,
Yes,
and
son.
now you're going to pivot everything in toward the Texas space area
Yes.
because that's where sweet, sweet Jessie Meir is.
Yes, I think I just booked a hotel near the Kennedy Space Center. Anyway, I got to redo the whole thing.
Non-refundable.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, from what I understand, though, the Texas NASA thing is for reentry. So as soon as the rockets take off in Florida, they shut down. All those guys go to lunch, and Houston takes over.
Well, Sean's going to be excited about that then.
Yeah.
Oh, re-entry. Sorry.
I wouldn't get too bummed out about that either. But wait.
Pun intended?
Wait, Shawnee.
Can you believe that?
Wait,
I know.
I can believe it. But now,
can't.
because I'm just thinking, because I know the logistics of your trip, and so does Jason, that you're coming out here, and then you're going down to Scotty's home, and then you were going to go further south, and then go meet JB and those guys in that other place.
Right.
So now you got to kind of zigzag over to Texas.
I got to go to Texas and then
This
back
better not
down.
come out of my time with you.
I know. It's a lot of extra money that I wasn't prepared to spend.
Well, you're spending it.
Well, yeah.
By the way, guys, can I borrow $800,000?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, he's in too deep.
I hope you're not underwhelmed with the NASA tour.
I know, me too.
I don't think I'm going to be. I've always wanted to do it.
What are you hoping to see there, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, I'm like, I could read about it in a book and be like, great, thanks, I'm good.
Yeah. What do you think you're going to see something take off?
You think you're pushing a button?
Yeah. You're going to look at like
I think I'm going to make the rockets
a
go.
launch facility. That's it.
I'm gonna go look at
office.
how maybe I'll see how they get in the water and they train in the water. Maybe I could jump down there with them.
No, guy, you need to go with Will to. Will went to space camp with Chris Pratt, right?
I did. We went to that in Alabama.
You did?
Okay.
Yeah.
Was some sort of a press thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did. We went and did it, and then we did it. We made it into a competition.
Oh.
It was me and Pratt against Liz Banks and Corden.
Oh, you better have won.
I did. Although the thing where they spun me around.
Right round?
Yeah, like a record, baby.
Yeah,
You know that one. No, that thing.
Yeah, we get it. Stop doing the thing with your hand.
And the gyro thing. And I was all good. And then I got off that. And then for like 45 minutes, and Pratt comes up to me and he goes, I was kind of like bent over. We were going to the next thing to try the G-Force. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. And I was kind of bent over outside the building. And Pratt comes up and he goes, you're going to be okay. But sometimes they say that feeling you're having can last for a couple weeks.
Oh my God.
And
he
I
was
go,
kidding.
yeah, but I go, what? And he goes, yeah. And then I look at him and I go, you motherfucker.
I want to do that though. But look at Jay and I went to the Dodgers game last week and the Cubs lost. The Dodgers won. But Jay took a video of me after I ate some food.
Yeah.
You remember that, Jay?
No.
Remember I had mustard all over my shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Are you trying to do like the opposite of weightlessness? What are you doing?
Yeah, he had, Granddad got some mustard on his top.
I didn't even know it. I was walking around greeting all these people.
You weren't walking. You were just sitting heavy.
were.
You were sitting heavy in a chair, and your stomach shelf had a big dollop of mustard sitting
and Jason
on the top.
turns his video on, and he
on the
goes,
summit of it. Yeah.
he goes, oh, Granddad's first game. And he just was videotaping my shirt.
Oh, he wanted to know when halftime was. And I said, you know what, Sean? Let's just hang on for another hour, and you'll be done.
Oh, speaking of hanging on for another hour, ready for our guest?
I sure am.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Are you sure you booked the right one?
That's great, Will.
I know, it's so sad and so expected. He's a very, very funny human being. He's been making me laugh since he was a kid and I was still an adult. But fun fact, he's also an excellent ice skater. There may have been a little hockey movie he got to exercise those skills in. Going from child star on Nickelodeon to Saturday Night Live is a pretty solid trajectory for a young comedian. And he's since been nominated for 4 Primetime Emmys
Kenan.
as the longest tenured Saturday Night Live cast member ever. He just finished his 19th season. It's Kenan Thompson.
Kenan.
I knew it was Kenan. I knew it was Kenan. I knew it was Kenan.
Very happy.
You guys.
What hockey movie?
Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks.
First of all,
Dude.
take that Dirty Braves hat off immediately.
Oh, wow. I can't. I'm actually in Atlanta, so I really have to represent. I'm sorry.
You're in Atlanta right now?
Yeah.
But you don't live
Ducks
there.
2 and 3. No, I don't live here. I'm from here. So there's that.
Are you visiting or working?
I'm just visiting. Brought the kids home to see grandma and granddad.
Oh, that's nice.
Very
Now,
sweet.
but so then does that make you a Braves fan?
It does.
Or you just like the hat?
I am a Braves fan. Is that a problem? I feel like it's
Yeah,
turning
it's
into
all
an
right.
issue.
We'll take care of you in the playoffs. Well, do you miss Freddie Freeman? Were you on board with that whole situation? We'll be right with you guys. Hold on.
Yeah, just 1 sec. Let's talk this Freeman talk. I felt like he put in a good amount of time with us, and he helped us win last year.
So you were done with him?
I wasn't necessarily done, but he's free to move on if he wants a bigger check.
What an answer!
No. He took less with us. I think
he took less.
Well, I don't think he had a choice. You guys booted him.
No way.
Yes way.
Wow.
Yes way. Didn't you see him crying last week?
I thought that was because
really
he's a family
Kenan.
man or something. I didn't
No.
I didn't understand what he was
in his
Jason,
VPs.
Jason, can you hear it? I just heard our ratings drop.
Oh God! Call them back.
Yeah, baseball. I mean, there are a lot of people who love sports, and then they're like, but baseball? Are you fucking kidding me?
It's the best. Are you fucking kidding me? It's the best. That's what.
No, it is. There are things about bad. I'm being.
You know what though? Going to the game with Jason last week, I said to him, I go, I get it. I get
It's
going
America's
to
favorite pastime.
I understand it. It's really relaxing.
If you look at it as a game instead of a sport, you can deal with the slow pace of it.
Yeah, no, I like it. I do enjoy it. I've been with Jason before. I stole a fly ball once when he was there with him.
It's a foul ball
with his own glove. Foul ball with his.
Going to a game, you can't not like it. You know,
Yeah.
you just see those guys and then you see what they do, and they're so professional and blah, 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 bullshit. But it is a lot of fun. It really is. It's so good to see you guys.
How's it going with the granddad and grandma right now? Is it?
It's going great.
That's your mom and dad, your kids' grandparents, yeah?
That's right.
Okay.
Those are my people. So the kids are with them, so we can have it.
No fights yet?
They're coming. I can feel it.
You can feel
the little
something's
ones. The little ones getting a little agitated.
How long you been there?
Just since last night.
Oh, it's already tense.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
And you're living there at the house with them, or are you in a hotel?
We're Airbnb-ing.
Oh, nice.
Actually, I caught this Airbnb kind of like around the corner from the church I grew up in. So this is like super stomping grounds I get to share with them. It's nice.
Oh, nice. How many kids you got, Kenan?
2 girls.
2 girls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ages?
That's sweet.
8
Best
and 4.
guess on their ages. 8 and 4.
Yeah, I'm going to go ballpark 8 and 4.
It's always safe.
You know what I mean?
Good couple of numbers.
Actually, the 4-year-old is turning for the end of the month, so she's almost 4.
Yeah.
But yeah,
God.
they're 4 years
We'll
apart.
allow it.
It's
We'll
so fun.
allow that.
Now, do you keep them busy during the summer with camp or doing these family jumps?
Usually I've been working, but now that the show is no more, I have the summer off, so we've been kind of just traveling and, catching up with family.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Kenan Thompson show?
I am. I'm talking about the actual sitcom of mine. Yes.
I saw that and I thought it was hysterical and
Me
fantastic.
too. I thought
Thank you very much.
You were great. How many seasons did you do on that, and how did you do your schedule? Were you doing SNL all year and then doing your show during the summer?
No. I mean, when we started, we did 2 seasons. When we started, we were like the first show back from the pandemic, so they kind of squeezed it in the fall, so we were kind of double dutying SNL and that show for
No way.
a couple of months.
Because you were doing it with Chris, right? Chris Red?
Exactly.
How did that work then? How do you double? You got to fly across the country.
Yeah, we were kind of skipping out on the week and just showing up on Saturday, basically. And then on the hiatus weeks, we would just go back and work. So we didn't take a break for like 9 weeks when we first started. And then the second season, we started in more so where it wasn't overlapping. I'm trying to think exactly. I think it was May. But
Can I ask a dumb question? The show's named after you. That would imply you had the juice to dictate where it would be shot. And why wasn't it shot in New York?
Yeah.
I'm a fan of LA. I'm a big fan of LA. And, I felt like I spent a lot of time in New York, and it's kind of hard to shoot shows in New York. Everything seems so complicated, especially like, Miss Maisel shoots in the West Village all the time, and they just suck up the entire parking around the entire West Village, and it seems like everybody's kind of mad about it, and I didn't want to be that kind of show.
I bet the other reason you shot in L.A. was because when you're shooting a multicam, you should be
the best
on the
people
lot.
for multicams are in L.A., and we know
I mean,
this.
it just seems just logistically impossible to do it since you were doing it. Like, why not shoot it at 30 Rock would kind of make a no-brainer sense, right?
It would, but I guess I like to complicate things, man. I like to live on the fucking edge.
And was Lauren producing it?
Lauren produced it. It was a Broadway production.
That's why I was doing because the reason is
People, I think we all wanted to travel. We needed vacations.
Get out.
We spend a lot of time in New York, especially in the fall and winter.
But I honestly thought, I was like, oh, Kenan's going to bring the multicams back to NBC because it's like, it's been a while. And I saw that. I was like, oh, that's going to be on the air for 12, 15 years. Like
we thought, and, we ended up doing a single cam, but, we tried to make it look like a multi-field.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It had a multi-field to it, and you had our buddy Don Johnson on there too.
Killed it.
Yeah, he's great.
Crushed it.
Yeah, killed it.
Crushed it constantly. He's such a good guy.
You make me laugh every time. You're one of those people. Every time I see you, you make me laugh. Always. It's one of the things.
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive. It's one of the things.
Yeah.
Right?
Am I doing it now?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just you get that nice warm smile on your face, and I feel safe.
You guys, likewise, by the way.
And we will be right back. Hey, SmartLess listener, this episode is brought to you by Zelle. Zelle is a great way to send money to family and friends no matter where they bank in the U.S. Here's an example of how easy this was for me and Will. Sean is in a play. It's called Goodnight Oscar. It's coming up. It's going to be in New York. It was in Chicago. Big success. Will and I were terrible friends. We didn't get to Chicago, but we are going to make it to New York to see it. Now, Will said, hey, get us a couple of tickets because, you're so much more mature and responsible and professional than I am. I'm an idiot. I'm just lucky to be alive every day. I don't know how I don't just walk into traffic because I'm so stupid. Thank you for naming the podcast after me. And I said, I get it, Will. I got it. I'll go ahead and get the tickets. Just pay me back. He said, okay, great. Zelle. Will and I are planning on using Zelle. We have fun. But anyway, so there's a good example of how convenient it is for a dumb person like Will Arnett to pay a really smart, nice friend like me back. Look for Zelle in your banking app today.
Thanks to Audible for their support. With my schedule and how I'm always on the go, I don't have a ton of time to do the things I want to do, like reading. That's why I love Audible. Audible offers an incredible selection of audiobooks across every genre, from bestsellers and new releases to celebrity memoirs, mysteries and thrillers, motivation, wellness, business, and more. As an Audible member, you can choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog, including the latest bestsellers and new releases. All Audible members get access to a growing selection of audiobooks, Audible originals, and podcasts that are included with membership. You can listen to all you want and more. Get added every month. Boy, do I love the Audible app for so many reasons. I love how convenient it is. I listen to it on walks with my dog. I use it to listen to while I'm walking around the house doing, chores that Scotty won't do. Anyway, it's super fun and super nice. Let Audible help you discover new ways to laugh, be inspired, or be entertained. New members can try it for free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/smartless or text smartless to 500-500. That's audible.com/smartless or text smartless to 500-500 to try Audible for free for 30 days. Audible.com/smartless.
Listener, I'd like for you to just quietly thank FanDuel along with me right now. A moment of silence right now. Silent thank you to FanDuel for their support. 2, 1, thank you. Start the second half of the baseball season the right way and turn Ks into cash and big hits into big wins with FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can step up to the plate with a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. Just sign up using promo code SmartLess, place your first bet, and FanDuel will give you up to $1,000 back in free bets if you don't win. I'm going to release to you right now my no-sweat bet of the year. Dodgers winning the World Series. It's a no-brainer, gang. That's what I love about betting on FanDuel. You can just bet a sure thing, and they're going to give you money for it. So, Dodgers to win the World Series. Great? Great. There's no better place to bet America's pastime than on America's #1 sportsbook. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code SmartLess to get started with your no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. 21 plus exclusions apply. See show notes for full disclaimer. And now, back to the show.
I read this. I got to find it. Where did I put it? I read this off of your own website, which made me laugh out loud.
God.
This is your website.
Bear with him, Kenan. This is a guy who spilled mustard on his shirt.
It hasn't been updated since 07.
Left to right, top to bottom, Sean.
This is really funny. Kenan currently stars as a member of the Saturday Night Live crew, of which he's been a member since 2003. He is currently the only black member of SNL.
What?
I told you it hasn't been updated since 2007, I think. Mike said, what? Oh my
Isn't
God.
that great?
Hey, don't worry, I'm gonna get on my IT people, i.e. me.
You should do some some lo-fi sort of scratch out on Only and just change it to best.
Oh, there you go. That's
There you go.
solid thinking.
Yeah.
That's a champ right there. Congratulations, by the way. You guys
Who-
got
Kenan,
Emmy
who
noms
make-
out the wazoo out there. Also, let me
know.
just praise you guys for a quick second. Jason,
All right.
I'm so
Take your
proud
time,
of you.
Kenan. Take your time.
Since the last time I saw you, Jason, you were hosting SNL, and then you departed and became probably Netflix's greatest treasure, I would say.
Oh, you nice
I'm
man.
so
That's
proud
true.
of you for
You're
that.
very kind.
I think
Thank
y'all
you,
shoot
bud.
in Atlanta too. I noticed
Yep,
some streets.
We
I noticed some
did
streets.
some time there for
I love
sure.
it. I love
Yeah.
it. I'm so proud.
Don't say
Well,
did sometime.
You have the best job in show business. That place
Oh,
is a
man.
temple.
It is a
I-
special place.
I still
really is.
would trade it all in to be a cast member. That is an absolute true
Come
story
back and
right
host.
there.
It's way better.
Yeah, well, I
The
love
hosting gig is way better.
I feel like you and I missed each other last time I was there. I remember talking to you on the phone because now it's
That's
coming back
right.
to me. You
That's
were in
right.
LA
You
shooting
just hosted,
your
and I
show.
wasn't there because we were shooting that damn show. That's
But
right.
did you make it in to do that, to do SNL at all? And I just
I
wasn't.
didn't because we had a COVID shutdown.
Aha,
So
gotcha.
I was quarantined
I
for
got
2 weeks, and I wasn't able to make it, or else I would
But
have.
that sounds nice. That sounds like you got some real good LA time there. Way
Got
to
some good LA
catch the
time.
virus.
Yeah, I was walking up those Runyon Canyons, and I saw Lawrence Fishburne twice. It's pretty awesome.
Wait, what?
Randomly, he was exercising on the same hills. So
So wait, Kenan, what I want to know, because I truly mean it. Anytime I see you anywhere, you're one of those people where your face just shows up and you go, and you know it's going to be funny. Who in the world makes you laugh that hardest that you either work with or have worked with?
well, I was getting back to you guys. I wasn't finished.
Oh,
Like,
gosh.
I'm
No,
such
I meant like,
a big fan of the show. I'm so happy that you guys get to do something with your friends. You know what I mean?
right.
That, like, is it lifting at all for either one of you? You know what I
It's
mean? You guys are
embarrassingly
together.
light.
It's so light. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
we've crossed paths many, many times. You always brighten my day. I've never stopped and asked you questions that I wanted to ask you, which is what this podcast is for, right?
Oh my God.
So I know, and they're going to be dumb questions, but I don't know the answers, so that's why I ask now that I have you
There's
trapped.
going to be a
in
lot
this.
of them, Kenan.
Fire
It's
off.
rapid fire.
I want to know, was SNL a big deal to you growing up? Like, did you watch it? Because you're the first guest that was ever in the history of SNL cast. How do I get this right?
I was the first cast member that was born after the start of the show. Yes.
After the show, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah, SNL was a huge deal. I mean, I think I caught on to it after my In Living Color run. But definitely like middle school, I was paying attention. Like the Sandler, Chris Farley days, I was paying attention, like pretty strong. And then I went back and researched, the Eddie Murphy days, because I remember my dad watching like Hot Tub and shit like that. I couldn't really watch at the time. So I had to go back and study Gumby and all that good stuff. And Garrett's years in the original Seven and stuff like that.
yeah.
And, since I've just been watching it for the rest of the duration. So from the Sandler years on, I've been a student and a huge fan, and yeah, it was definitely a dream that I thought would never happen.
And
Did you put yourself on a path to do it? Like, did you want to take improv classes or stand up and stuff like that to sort of like get yourself ready for that? Was it something you had your eye on?
I didn't do the traditionals, no, but unbeknownst to us, I mean, it kind of was the best training I could ever have doing the Nickelodeon shows. All that show was a sketch comedy show.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
At such a young age.
Kenan, because you used to, I remember when you first started SNL, you didn't come in like some kid who was just like doing sketch in Chicago or whatever. You had a career and you had fans and you had been doing stuff. Like you had some juice and you knew what you were doing. A lot of cast members come on and they're nervous. It's for a lot of them, it's their first time in front of a camera.
Yeah.
And you had
it's
grown
tough.
up in front of a camera.
Yeah, I think I was lucky in that way. Like I always, still to this day, I wish that I had gone to an improv experience or something like that, just to get better at flushing out what I think is funny and what everybody else might understand to be the same thing, just to connect those dots, you know what I mean, when you're writing a sketch, or just, writing in general. But yeah, the Nickelodeon was great training.
You just seem to have such a great innate sense of where the audience is at in any particular sketch, and whether you kind of want to be in on the joke with them or be separate from them and kind of show them the joke. I mean, I don't know if any of that makes sense, but I don't know.
It does.
You never push, and you just always seem so relaxed. You put the audience in relaxation.
Oh, I push. I shoves my ideas, especially if I think it's funny, but a lot of the time it's not.
No,
which is fine.
It is.
But I am in love with your impressions. You do so many great impressions. Steve Harvey makes me pee in my pants. Bill Cosby makes me pee in my pants. Like the bartender, that character you did, Al Sharpton, makes me pee in my pants.
Oh, man, thank you. I mean, I give it up to those guys because they're easier to do. They have tones that I can, like, register in on. Charles Barkley sounds like how he sounds. And Steve Harvey sounds like how he sounds. The Sharpton especially, like, one of the greatest voices ever. So I guess I have good ears.
Has Barkley ever reached out to you and been like,
oh, yeah.
Hey, man.
I just saw him. He, like, calm it down? No. Barkley loves it. Steve Harvey didn't love it in the beginning.
He didn't?
No.
Did he send you a note?
He didn't love it. No, I know him, so he would definitely like send messages through mutual friends or just through the press and be like, "Hey, tell a little fat boy to knock it off." And I'm like, "All right, take it easy."
Wow.
And then did you lean into it a little bit more?
I'd never stop.
Yeah,
as soon as he does something that is, something to reflect, like whenever he steps out of Family Feud and does something else, I'm on that too. You know what I mean? It's just if you're on the radar, you're on the radar.
That's right.
I guess if they're big stars and they know what the game is and they're at the top of the game, that they're kind of, when it comes to sort of making fun of them a little bit, they're open. It's open season, right?
It should be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I mean about being on the radar.
Yeah.
You can't capitalize off of life and then not have someone comment on that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, of course.
And also, I mean, any sort of drawn caricature or acted impersonation, sort of by definition, is an exaggeration of whatever it is that you do. And so baked into that, you should know, like, they're exaggerating to make a point, that they're trying to get to the comedy by doing something more than what you do. So people should temper their feelings about all of that.
I definitely agree. I mean, I have to exaggerate because I'm not Steve Harvey. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm up there really trying to convince people that I... What?
No, Kenan, you're just a hat away.
You're one hat, 50 buttons away from being Steve right now. But I feel like the audience would look at me like I'm insane if I was really trying to be like, no, take me seriously as
I did wonder
person.
where those 5-button jackets had gone.
They're long. Everybody loves a mid-thigh, longer outer jacket.
Belt it and cinch it.
Belt it.
Do you know, Kenan, when you meet those people, also, I don't even just mean like out on, if you do it publicly on the show on SNL, but and you guys too, you know that if you take yourself too seriously, and I don't care if you're up or if you're below, I don't care where you're at, you got to be able to laugh at yourself and allow people, and you can kind of tell what somebody is by whether or not they can take a fucking joke about themselves. Boy, we live with a lot of people who don't want to laugh at themselves.
Yeah. The one thing that made me nervous, though, way back in the day, and we spoke to David about this when David Spade was on the show, when he used to do Hollywood Minute, those were sort of like crushing digs.
Do you remember that, Kenan, when Spade used to do that back in the day, like in the 90s? He did that Hollywood Minute.
Epic. To the point where Eddie Murphy called and was like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all dissing me? Like,
David, I'll kick your ass.
Yeah, it was a nasty call. Yeah. But you need that human peek in the window of a person to want to still be a fan of them, I think. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see somebody, like, just stay in the I'm a tough guy role. You know what I mean? Like, the best tough guys, like, the real ones, are usually big, giant teddy bears. You know what I mean? So,
I remember going to do a hockey. I know that you like hockey. We brought it up before. I went and I did the hockey awards once, And I did this. It was a real sweaty bit. I'll admit that. And wait, you've hosted the Hockey Awards before too, I think.
NHL Awards twice.
NHL Awards,
That's right. I just did it. Yeah.
No way.
So I did it a few years back, and I remember doing this bit where I was like, I'm going to go into the crowd, and I'm going to kind of do some bits based on these, and just fuck with them.
Always works.
And guess
not.
And yeah, always works. Always works with athletes, especially hockey players. They took themselves so fucking seriously, and to the point that I had. But what was great was the biggest stars, Sidney Crosby, was the one who took it the best and had a laugh at it about it. And I was like, what a fucking stud. Yep. He's the biggest. He's on the top of the mountain, and he just wanted it all. And even Patrick Kenan did the same thing. He plays for Chicago. And then I did a thing back in Atlanta for TNT broadcast, and I made a joke with him on the broadcast this fall or this spring. And then I called him after. I got a text him. I said, hey, Pat, I was just goofing around. He goes, oh, yeah, man, I'm totally good. I totally got it. I loved it. And I was like, what a stud. Huge star. Yeah. What a stud.
I mean, the rest of them are just worried about punching each other, I think. They punch each other for a living. So I guess they're always kind of somber.
I didn't want them to punch me for a living because it would end my living.
Right.
Kenan, I want to ask you, being the longest cast member at Saturday Night Live, do you...
Longest tenured.
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
Ooh, just a family podcast, bro.
Jesus, dude.
And I'm sorry if you get asked this question a lot, but do you still get thrilled? Do you still get excited? Where are you as far as energy, excitement? Because, I mean, for us, I hope you never leave. I mean, you are like...
Yeah, Kenan, I think that you've got one of the best... You're one of the people... I say this to people all the time. There are very few people who have the kind of timing that you do. You have unreal timing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nice. Jesus, that took a second.
Oh, we'll tighten that up later.
I'm out of practice. It's summertime.
We can tighten it.
Yeah. When do you get nervous at all?
Nervous and excited for every show, even dress rehearsal.
How about that?
Almost more excited for dress rehearsal because it doesn't count, and we can kind of just go as crazy as possible. So
I love that.
I try to turn that nerves into I don't give a F's, you know what I mean, and then just kind of go crazy or whatever, and then tone it down for the live show or whatever. But depending on what the audience is doing, yeah.
We'll be right back.
Thanks to Native for their support. I love the sun this time of year, but when it comes to protecting my skin, my delicate, white, pale Irish skin, that's a whole other story. Some sunscreens always leave me feeling sticky or greasy after applying, but thanks to Native sunscreen, I get both face and body protection that's lightweight and doesn't leave me feeling sticky or greasy. With Native, you get broad-spectrum SPF 30 mineral sunscreens that don't leave heavy, greasy sunscreen feel. Native offers lightweight, non-greasy formulas that are easy to spread and blend seamlessly in all skin tones, leaving a matte finish with 0 streaks. Get the scents of summer like coconut and pineapple, rosé, or for those with sensitive skin like me, try the unscented. All Native sunscreen is made from plant and mineral-based ingredients like naturally derived non-nano zinc oxide. Native has your back with face and body formulas. Native's face sunscreen is made with avocado oil, and their body sunscreen contains vitamin E. I love the Native products because usually with other products, it gets on your hands and then it's stuck on your hands. And then, you touch your eyes, you touch your food, you touch all of that. But on Native, I don't feel it. I don't feel the greasy, sticky anything, so I don't know what's even there. Protect your skin with Native's mineral-based sunscreens. Go to nativedeo.com/smartless or use promo code SMARTLESS at checkout to get 20% off your first order. That's nativedeo.com/smartless or use promo code SMARTLESS at checkout for 20% off your first order.
Listener, it is my great, great pleasure and honor to let you know that this episode is brought to you in part by Think. Strength isn't just for the gym, it's for every activity that we do. So add protein, cut the sugar, and think strong with Think. It's a high-protein bar that gives you the strength you need to wake up, walk, run, drive, do everything strong. Think protein bars are deliciously gourmet and high in protein. There are tons of flavors to choose from, and get this, some flavors have 0 grams of sugar. Others as low as 2 grams. Let me tell you what I love about Think bars. I love the previously mentioned variety of flavors. I love 0 sugar because, listen, I'm going to tell you something that you probably don't need to hear, but I'm going to share it because we're friends. Sugar will make me puffy, and if you know anything about me, I don't like puffy. Salt will also make me puffy, but I don't think there's a lot of salt in these things. It's the sugar I gotta watch out for. But Think bars, unlike all the other candy bars out there claiming to be protein bars, Think bars just protein, no sugar. The day is long, so snack strong. Think strong, head to thinkproducts.com to learn more. Bye.
SmartLess is supported by CarMax. The folks at CarMax have created the most flexible, convenient, and stress-free way to buy a car. And now CarMax has taken the stress and hassle out of selling your car with online offers at CarMax.com in 2 minutes or less. It's the same offer you'd get at your local CarMax, but on your schedule from the comfort of your very own home. And your offer is good for 7 days, so there's never any pressure. Plus, CarMax will buy your car even if you don't buy theirs. Did I mention it was no pressure? So if you're thinking about selling your car or trading in, check out our friends at CarMax and get your offer today at CarMax.com. CarMax, car selling reimagined.
All right, back to the show.
Kenan, Thompson, I want to ask you, you've expanded your kind of life into being a producer and quite prolific. You have a lot going on at your company. And
trying, yes.
Tell me a couple of things, why you wanted to start it, and because I think this is fascinating and I love it and I'm on board.
I'm an ensemble guy, you know. I grew up doing theater, and every cast I've been in has been, filled with amazing people. I'm not a stand-up, and I'm thankful for that, because I feel like, the stand-up pursuit is such an individual pursuit. You kind of get robbed of the joy of working with people, the ability to work with other people, like all kind of things. Like, I see a lot of stand-up struggle when they come to SNL because it is such an ensemble environment. Mm-hmm. But as far as producing goes, I'm just a big fan of, knowing the struggles of, us working actors and the audition hustle and this, that, and the other, whatever I can do to help, smooth that out or offer more opportunity or anything. I'm kind of all about it. So I'm beyond proud of our company, Artists for Artists. I've had other production companies with, friends from Nickelodeon in the days that are still going, and a podcast company, and all kind of stuff, to kind of just offer opportunities, umbrella opportunities for whoever wants to be creative. And
I love that. And tell me about Mike Tyson, because I have a story about Mike Tyson.
Mike's the greatest. I mean, he's the champ, He's a tortured soul, unfortunately, but, he's a big, giant sweetheart.
Aren't you working with him on something?
Yeah, he's one of our, partners, so we're kind of, that's our thing. We want to be like a 360 incubator for artists and creatives. So we, are pretty wrapped around Tyson pretty tight. Like,
that's great.
My partner, produced his last fight, and, he's doing his podcast, Hotboxing, and, the weed line, Tyson 2.0, and all that stuff is like all up underneath the umbrella. So those are the kinds of things we want to do with everybody.
Wait, sorry, Jason, you want to get a pen for the weed?
Yeah. Let's double back to the weed company.
Yeah.
How's that going for him? And have how do you hear that the product is good?
The product is great. They just came out with probably one of the greatest zeitgeist edibles ever, which is the Tyson Bites, where they're selling ears that have a bite missing out of them.
That's hysterical.
It's pretty incredible. And that was my partner's idea. So, I love that guy. We're fans.
And how does
of
Mike
everything.
feel about that when that's pitched to him as an idea?
He was like, "Oh my God, that's amazing. That we should probably get Holyfield involved."
By the way, you know what? So again, example of a guy who's able to laugh at himself at this thing.
Oh, forget about it. Mike is a big, giant sweetheart. I mean, he's ferocious, so you don't want to get on the wrong side of things, which...
Wait. No, you know what? He is, sorry, Sean. The ferociousness, you said it, the way
Ferocity.
that he used to hit people.
Crazy.
I don't think anyone, even in MMA or whatever, no one has been that violent inside. That guy just...
I mean, God bless Customato for seeing that, foreseen talent that nobody else could see. He was just like, you could decimate the world. He was telling Mike that, and Mike was looking at him like, this guy's crazy.
How could he lose to anybody still to this day? You say he just had a fight?
Yeah, he had a fight in the pandemic.
He hurt somebody.
Yeah, and it was him and Roy Jones. And
right. I watched that fight.
Yeah, it was a good one.
How'd that go?
It was interesting. Like two old dudes fighting in the backyard a little bit, but it was definitely interesting because, you know, when the fight was done, Tyson was kind of just coming alive, you know what I mean? So I was kind of worried for Roy because if he came out like that, you know, he might have put a hurting on that guy.
Yeah.
So how did it end?
It was a draw, I think.
They like set like it's just going to be like a couple of rounds or something like that, and it was over?
It was like 6 to 8 rounds, something like that. And I think it was.
I don't think it was more than 6, right? Because they were tired.
Something like that. Yeah, they were pretty tired afterwards. But yeah, Tyson was starting to come alive. It was crazy.
Yeah. You met him, Sean?
I have a survival story from Mike Tyson.
Oh, what happened?
I was in New York City. This is like 1999, and I was at Harry Winston Jewelry.
Just working there for the summer,
or what?
Because I had to. Hi, right this way. Can I help you?
Yeah.
Would you like a pin?
Hot outside.
Can I just show you? I know you're not here for a tennis bracelet, but let me just show you this.
So I had a friend of mine with me, this girl who was going to be my date at some function thing. So they said, you know what, take her to Harry Winston, borrow some jewelry that you have to return the next day. Great. So we walk in, and I see this gigantic, massive guy with his shirt off in the back hallway with huge diamonds around his neck. Like, must have been $1 million worth of diamonds. And I was like, in my head, I'm 29 years old. In my head, I'm like, who's this douchebag? Like, what? Like, why are you standing in Harry Winston with your shirt off? Like, who does he think he is? So I took my shirt off.
No.
I had no idea who he was.
Oh, my God.
Took my shirt off, and he was leaning in on the door jamb, right, of this room. And I was in the next room, right, in the door jamb next to it. I go, give me some jewelry. And the girl gave me some jewelry. And I mimicked him right next to him.
Where is that picture?
And I took a picture, but it was before cell phones, and I can't fucking find it. And my friend, Ashley, she goes, fucking put your shirt on right now. Do you know who that is? I'm like, what? She goes, that's fucking Mike Tyson. What are you, crazy? He's going to beat the shit out of you. And he laughed, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that was Mike Tyson, and we took a photo.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's my story.
No, he's a
shirtless.
big giant.
We were both shirtless.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the most ferocious guys are usually, you know, teddy bears at heart. You know, they still have, you know, heart and emotion, and you know, he's one of those people.
Did he explain why he had his top off at?
I think he was just being Mike.
If you're in that kind of shape, you would walk around with no shirt on. Probably.
I'm not going to walk around with I'm not going to walk around with my shirt off, but I will wear a life partner beater.
Like a life partner beater.
Yeah, I'll wear a life partner beater.
Show everybody what it really looks like, regardless.
A life partner beater.
Yeah.
Kenan,
stains or no stains?
I don't care.
Kenan, when's the last time a musical guest on SNL had you nervous?
Ooh.
Nervous?
You know, just like, oh my God, I'm going there for rehearsal. I'm going to stand out there when they perform.
Yeah, there's been several of those.
Last one.
Most recently, I mean, Kendrick was like that, but that was so long ago.
That counts.
Kendrick Lamar was like that. I was like, oh my God, that dude.
counts.
But they all blended together. I know that because you've been there a long time, and there's so many shows. I don't mean that.
I was also excited for Lizzo. Like, I'm a big fan of her music, you know, and I'm a fan of her journey because
she's cool.
She's been in the game a long time. You know what I'm saying? And she's been on that one song that blew up. She said she wrote that shit like 6 years before it even came out or something. And nobody wanted to give it the time of day. And it's just weird about the timing of the universe because it just blew up and everybody was just like, of course, that's a hit song or whatever, but, you know, 6 years prior, nobody wanted to return her phone calls, you know? So it was nice to watch her have a moment, and she destroyed the show. It was great.
She's very cool. I like that. She's
Jack White is another one. I'm a huge Jack White fan. He kills every single time.
He's just a straight up rock star, that guy.
Big time.
Yeah.
Forget about, like, the Beyoncés and the Solanges and the Jay-Z's and then, you know, the Paul McCartneys, like those are obvious, you know.
Yeah,
like the J-Lo's, you know what I'm saying? Even Kanye. Kanye's done brilliant performances. And
really different.
Nobody makes everybody nervous more than Kanye.
Right.
Wait, now, Kenan, what, you know, because I love the live theater and I love when anything can go wrong. What's one sketch that you did where you're like, something major happened and you're like, oh, this is not going how I planned?
Well, Well, that happens, but it usually doesn't make the show. Whenever like it's derailing like that, it's like, all right, well, let's just cut this because this is a mess, and we'll try it again next week. There's always another show. But the best, I think, live thing that we've had in recent years was 80's dresser got caught on camera changing her jacket, and she could not get it back because she was just laughing so hard because...
Oh, 80 Bryant.
Yes. They had been rehearsing, you know, that little quick change moment, and they thought they had it down, but for some reason, like, when it's live and, like, the communication, like, you can't hear each other or whatever, it's just loud in there because the audience is enjoying it, and I don't know, she missed it, and she got hung out there on camera for a while and then had to, like, run away. And 80 was in tears and had all the rest of the talk to do.
Oh, my God. Like, tears laughing or tears
laughing.
Oh, good.
And because her dresser is one of the biggest sweethearts working there, you know, and like everybody, they're all so humble and, you know, they just want to do their job and they can't imagine, you know, doing anything that would, you know, be a problem for the show or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like everybody's very like, the show is so important. They're amazing.
It's so incredible how that crew is.
Yeah.
So when she got caught, she was just like beet red, you know what I mean? Like almost devastated, but the fact that we were all laughing and having fun with her and no one was mad at her, it's just the beauty of live television. That was a great moment. So I would suggest watching that.
What's the sketch that you do with Sudeikis all the time that I'm
What's up with that? Oh my God. The best.
It's the funniest.
Dude.
The best. And I'm so glad we got to do it when he came back and hosted. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
God, it's so good.
My favorite joke in there is Bill Hader's being Lindsey Buckingham and never gets to talk. The absolute best.
But isn't there like a music cue that happens right away, and then you guys all do that dance? When
Yeah, it comes in usually with like a symbol, like a tick, 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 and guests are like, "What's that?" It's like, I don't know. And then
I
the
love
music,
that.
like the piano comes in, the bass line or whatever, and then it just goes back into it. It's so much fun.
It's got to be fun when ex-cast members come back and either host or they do a guest spot or
free week.
Yeah,
it's a free week for us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
You don't have to work too hard.
Is there anybody that you just really is on your bucket list of people that you'd love to host or just hang out with or, you know, on the show and have fun?
Eddie and Adam were the two kind of prodigal sons, you know, and they both followed each other after so many years of, will they come back? Well, you know, we're begging them, like, please, do they know that they can come back or is there beef and blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, Adam did it in April and Eddie did it at Christmas. And that was a hell of a year.
I'm sure.
But, you know, I'm still on the, you know, get Brad Pitt to come in there for real. Like he did that opening for us in the pandemic.
Yeah.
And that was cool. He was playing Fauci.
He's very funny. He should do it.
Yeah, Tom Cruise, Will Smith, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
any of those guys that haven't done it that are on that level, like, come on through.
Do you, speaking of Kenan, like now that you're around all these like school teachers or whatever, your kids have expanded your life, do you use that as inspiration for characters? Are you one that actually physically actively seeks out kind of ideas for sketches and people to focus on, or do you wait to work with a writer?
I do definitely pitch to writers because if I write by myself, it will not make any sense by page 2.5.
Right.
I'm like, damn, that was quick. Like I went off course pretty quick.
But you bring in like, oh my God, there's this teacher at my kid's school. I got to do an impression.
1,000%. Like I saw this, you know, thing, or I witnessed my kids kind of, you know, having a conversation with an adult that's trying to help them, but all they want to talk about is what they want to talk about.
Right.
So watching that conversation kind of just butt heads with each other is very funny.
Now, will you walk around with a little black book in your pocket and write down ideas as they come to you throughout the day?
It's the phone. I put notes on the phone.
Yeah. Oh, so you really do that. That's great.
Yep. I type them down because I learned. I don't know what I was watching, but it was like some movie about a comedian that was just like wake up in a panic and forget something that made him laugh so hard in his sleep.
Yeah.
And he would forget to write it down, and then he would like go try to remember it in a performance setting, and it wouldn't come to him or whatever. And I was like, oh shit, just write it down. Even if it's a quick 2-sentence thing to kind of remind you of that thought or whatever, it's so worth it because if I thought about, you know, the things that tickled me when nobody was looking, and you know the fact that I can't remember them now, it makes me sad, you know, because I can't share those things with people, or you feel like you don't have the ability to kind of self-generate those things anyway.
Yeah.
So when they do come to you, it's like, let me just write that down so I don't, leave it behind.
I do hate that. Why all of a sudden, the second you wake up, your mind starts this really fast erasing thing where you cannot remember your dream. And the more you try to hold on to it, it like squeezes out of your brain fingers or whatever. And what is that?
I don't know.
I don't understand that.
But I have...
Will,
you want to go ahead and chime in on that?
I know I'm so exhausted from explaining like just basic
my 8-year-old questions. Hey, Papa, how come?
When I'm with Jason, I always feel like Jason and I are like on a beach somewhere, and I'm his dad, and the moon is rising, and he's like, Papa, exactly, just like he said.
Question 75 of today. Yes, young man. What would you like to know?
Oh, Kenan, we've taken up too much of your time, pal.
Where are you going?
You are sweet and kind, and we love you.
Will's got a heart out.
I got a very hard out.
I got my heart out as well.
You are, you're the best. And you know what, Keen? I hope it's another 19 or 20 years plus that you're on the show.
Can we make some news right now? Can you just commit to another 19?
I've already committed up to 50, up to year 50 for the show. So,
Which is what, 2 years from now?
22.
Wait, I thought you said 50.
Yeah, no, 50. To year 50 of the show.
Oh, wow. The 50th anniversary is coming up in a couple years. So that's all I know as far as what they would like me to do. Me personally, I'll stay there forever.
That's
you know what I mean?
awesome.
I'll turn into Lorne Michaels. Like, I would fucking love it,
Wow.
And just
You
keep
should
that shit
run it.
Yeah,
rolling.
why don't you run it?
You're running it already.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's much more qualified people that have been there and like really been in the rooms that could do it as well. But I feel like I should be like third on the list for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, at least.
Well, you are now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's official.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, pal, thank you so much. We love you very, very much.
I wish I could hug all of you. Thank you so very much. It's good to see you. Please
Kenan,
keep
so
doing
great.
what you're doing. I'm so,
It's so
proud
great
and
to see
happy
you,
for
man.
And didn't you guys just get paid?
No. This is
Yeah.
all for fun.
We said no.
That's just headlines.
We ended up saying no.
Gotcha. Turn it down. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Good
we
for you.
turned it
That's
down.
smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you, Kenan. Say hi to Atlanta.
Thank you, man. I definitely will. I'm sorry. We'll see you in the playoffs there, Jason. Don't worry about it.
There
It's
we
all
go.
Hot dogs for everyone.
Thanks for doing this, buddy.
Bye. Thanks,
Thank you.
Kenan.
So do I just leave? I'll just
Yes,
leave.
you slam it.
You can
slam it
slam it.
shut.
If you want.
You can slam it shut.
All right. Love you guys.
Love you too,
buddy.
pal. Bye,
All right,
buddy.
later.
Kenan
Kenan,
Thompson is
one of the kindest
I
guys.
love that guy.
Yeah, I love
He's
him
so
too.
kind, so funny.
Tip
and
top.
you're right. He is that guy when you run in. Well, first of all, when you see him in something, but when you run into him in person,
Yeah.
he's always got a smile on his face, and he's such a warm person.
Yeah.
And he just makes you feel good to see him.
And he's always chill. He's always like very
Even
doesn't get upset. Like
No. And he's always funny. Like he's so reliable. Like in every like he always shows up and it's just like Kenan's going to be great. Everybody, this thing could fall apart. Kenan's going to be great.
That's right.
And what was the name of the show? Was it Kenan and Kel?
Yeah.
On the Nickelodeon show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way
Mhm.
back when?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. I used to love it. I liked
Were
it.
you on it?
Huh?
Were you on it?
I had 3 callbacks, but nope.
Still waiting to
It
hear.
did not go my direction.
No, that was before his time, man. That was before his time.
Anyway, I love him. He's the greatest, and I'm so glad he was on. I did hear back from Jessica Meir during that. and-
Sorry, still rolling. You can say that again. Just a little bit more sincerity and action.
I'm so
Your text is still going to be there when you're done with the line. And action.
I'm so glad Kenan was on. He's just a really great guy, and I love him very much. He's fantastic.
Okay. Did you have something else you wanted to talk about?
Let's just cut new slate. We'll just
It's too long to read everything, but she says, ha, 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 ha. Our PR contact just told me your assistant said the same thing. Good thing we clear that up. And then she explained Florida and Houston to me. The differences between Florida
Look
and
at dude.
Texas.
Stop doing the fucking pose, bro. We're not
Hang
in
on,
a
hang on.
Madonna
He's flexing
video.
your- a Madonna video.
Yeah, doesn't he look like he's in a Madonna video with his dumb tan
From
and
the
his
80s?
fucking Terry, what's his face, lighting?
Richardson.
Yep.
Everybody's so tired because it's so late.
I know it's so late. Well, it's late for us, not for Jason. Jason, though, you must have played early today, huh?
Yeah, 8:30. I had to get it all out of my system before.
Is it nice now?
Yeah, it is nice now.
Yeah. Sean, you've got something you want to say. I think you've got a lead up to something. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I can see the sparkle in your eye.
I was just going to say, when you guys hit that ball, you say, do you guys go 4 or do you guys say, bye?
You've gotten so
lazy.
sloppy, so
Very
lazy.
sloppy.
I can't do it.
It's like
I have nothing.
It's like watching season 16 of a TV show, where like everybody's just phoning it in.
They're just reading their lines from their chair.
But we'll allow it.
That was a bye.
SmartLess.
SmartLess is 100% organic and artisanally handcrafted by Bennett Barbaco, Michael Grant Terry, and Rob Armjarf.
SmartLess.
Our next episode will be out in a week wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can listen to it right now early on Amazon Music, or early and ad-free by subscribing to Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts or the Wondery app.